Citizenship is getting harder. Green cards are being denied more often. Detention centers are overflowing. For immigrants, the risks are rising every day. This is Immiscope, your trusted source for U.S. immigration news, policy changes, and visa updates. Trump's immigration crackdown is changing everything. Citizenship tests are harder. Green card denials are rising. Good moral character rules are stricter than ever before. Small mistakes now carry huge consequences. Missing taxes, paperwork errors, or even past marijuana use can block citizenship. ICE raids are up. Detention centers are overcrowded. Families are living with constant fear of separation. Yes, there are court victories. TPS holders have protections. Head Start access was restored. Some unaccompanied minors are shielded. But these wins are fragile. Policies can shift overnight. Families remain in limbo. Why should you keep watching? Because these rules don't just hit new applicants. They affect long-term green card holders, naturalization cases, and immigrant children. If you don't understand the rules, you could face denials, delays, or even deportation. In this video, we'll break it all down. What has changed? Who is at risk? And the steps you must take now to protect yourself. The new citizenship test, higher barriers ahead. The naturalization test has always been a milestone. But under Trump's revisions, it's becoming a gatekeeping tool. Officials say it's about strengthening civic knowledge. Advocates insist it's about exclusion. The format now includes more multiple-choice questions, which may sound easier but disadvantage older immigrants and those less used to exams. A new oral reading section tests English skills at a higher level. Critics warn this punishes hardworking immigrants who never had formal schooling. The civics portion leans heavily on founding documents and government structures. Topics that feel far removed from many applicants' lived experiences. No launch date has been finalized, but insiders suggest implementation could begin within the year. That means one clear takeaway: eligible residents should apply now. Waiting could mean facing the tougher test that lies ahead. Stricter good moral character rules. The second big shift is the expansion of the good moral character requirement. Previously, this applied mostly to serious crimes like fraud or violent offenses. Now, the bar is much broader. Marijuana use is disqualifying, even in states where it's legal. Tax debts or unpaid loans can derail your application. Even small paperwork errors may trigger red flags. Selective service issues now carry more weight than ever. The risk is simple: decades of hard work can be erased by a single overlooked detail. Advocates argue this is less about protecting citizenship and more about reducing naturalizations overall. For applicants, preparation is everything. Resolve tax issues, double-check records, and seek professional guidance before filing. Head Start program victory. Not all updates are restrictive. A federal judge blocked the exclusion of undocumented children from the Head Start preschool program. This decision ensures immigrant families can still access early education, a lifeline for breaking cycles of poverty and helping children succeed. It's a rare piece of good news in an otherwise tightening landscape. TPS protections restored. For Venezuelan and Haitian families, a major ruling brought relief. A federal judge confirmed that TPS holders remain lawfully present, authorized to work, and safe from deportation while their protections last. This restores stability to thousands who lived in fear of sudden removal. But advocates warn, TPS is temporary. Without congressional reform, it could vanish with the stroke of a pen. ICE enforcement surge and detention crisis. Meanwhile, enforcement has surged. ICE arrests are rising, especially in regions like Washington, D.C. Detention centers are overcrowded, unsanitary, and often unsafe. Immigrants report poor medical care, limited hygiene, and little access to attorneys. Processing delays mean many sit in custody for months, unsure when their cases will move forward. For families, the disruption is devastating. For courts, the backlog grows heavier each day. In this climate, carrying valid documents is critical. Green cards, work permits, and IDs should always be current and on hand. Protection for unaccompanied minors. A federal court in Arizona blocked DHS from deporting unaccompanied minors from Central America without safeguards. Children from Guatemala and Honduras are protected, for now. The ruling requires DHS to ensure safe repatriation and access to counsel before removals. It's a pause, not a solution. Thousands remain in limbo, still uncertain about their long-term future. The Trump immigration playbook. These shifts are not new laws. They're administrative moves, memos, reinterpretations, policy directives. That makes them easier to implement quickly, without Congress. But it also means they can be reversed. For immigrants today, though, the consequences are very real. Applicants who once seemed safe are suddenly denied because of new interpretations or technicalities. How policies affect your applications. Green card and citizenship interviews now run longer and probe deeper. Requests for evidence and notices of intent to deny are increasingly common. Even routine cases face unexpected delays. Marriage-based green cards face extra scrutiny. Couples are sometimes interviewed separately, with officers digging for inconsistencies. Expanded good moral character checks mean that minor issues, from tax debts to past marijuana use, can now be decisive. ICE has greater discretion, putting long-term residents without valid documents at higher risk during routine stops. Denial rates are rising. The numbers tell the story. Green card renewal denials climbed from 4% to nearly 7%. Fiancé visa denials jumped from 21% to more than 32%. Adjustment of status denials rose from just over 8% to nearly 11%. These may seem like small increases, but they represent thousands of families denied. The sense of unpredictability is growing. Eligibility no longer guarantees approval. What this means for immigrants. The message is clear: applying is harder, denials are more common, and the risks are greater. But opportunities still exist. Eligible residents should act quickly, filing before new barriers rise further. The Head Start ruling protects immigrant children's education. TPS families gain temporary stability. Yet detention conditions remain grim, and children face uncertainty despite short-term protections. Trump's immigration crackdown is built on executive actions and shifting interpretations. These may be temporary, but the impact today is lasting. Preparation is your best defense. Apply early, stay informed, and seek legal advice when needed. Delaying could mean facing higher barriers tomorrow. Acting now could secure your family's future. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching Immiscope. See you in the next video.